Hello and welcome. Thank you for watching this live YouTube. Exciting to do live YouTube videos. So, my topic today is all about understanding ourselves. And what do I mean by that, understanding ourselves? Now, there's one of those keys to our success is really loving and caring for ourselves 100% all the time. So, to create that, how do you do that? It's one baby step at a time because you can create instant gratification and loving yourself. But when you use like alcohol and drugs and other addictive personalities or addictive like items or whatever it may be to hide our pains that we're not getting enough love in our lives. So how do you get through all that? You love yourself and you care for yourself. And this all starts from when you were a child. Because we're always trying to, as a child, we're always trying to please our parents or please our grandparents, please people, be a nice boy, be a nice girl, and that doesn't work. It works for that instant gratification, but it doesn't work for the actual outcome for towards your future. Because to create a happiness future and a joyful life is a absolute care and love for yourself. So I'm going to put a chat in here. I'm going to say love yourself is is the key, right? Key to happiness. So that's my sort of key to happiness is create that inner love within yourself. So when we were a kid, and oftentimes we didn't even know what we were doing to please other people to make ourselves happy. We didn't even know this. And how do you know when you're doing it? Is you don't speak your truth. You don't speak your mind. You don't say what's on your mind because you don't want to hurt that person. Because you're waiting for that person to give you love. Right? Because when you give love without expectation of return, you're going to create happiness within yourself. And there's an exercise that sometimes I use. I've been using this for almost 2 years. Is when I'm in the bathroom. Yes, when I'm in the bathroom, I use this technique or solution, whatever you want to call it. Is in the mirror, you look at yourself and you look deep inside your eyes, in your own eyes, and tell yourself the 10 things that you appreciate about yourself. Wow, you look great today. Wow, that bow tie looks fantastic. That hat looks great. You look great in glasses. Boy, you're a good speaker. Boy, you make great videos. All that kind of stuff. And some people find that self indulging or a little bit arrogant, but it's not arrogant when you actually give yourself love 100%. And when you do, things start to shift and change. So when you do that, life becomes more joyful, more happier throughout your adult life. Because when we're a kid, we're not taught all this. We're not taught how to be happy. We were born happy, then we become, not everybody becomes unhappy, but we get those influences in our lives. And the influences are our parents because they're whatever they're going through some interesting and turmoil things. And some parents are always have this joyful feeling about their lives because their parents were joyful around them. But for my parents, they were never always happy. They were always struggling with issues in their own personal life from their past. For example, my father went through, you know, World War II and was put into a concentration camp with his two other brothers and his mother. He witnessed his father getting shot in the war by the Germans. Now, that was his influence, but he could change that. He could change that, but he chose not to. It's the same as my mother too. She was the oldest out of seven. She looked after her brothers and sisters when she was like very young age, 12, 13 years old. She was basically a live-in babysitter, and she didn't like the fact that she had to look after her two 13. She was already a teenager and she was changing diapers because her mother, my grandmother, didn't want to change diapers. She wanted to do her own thing. She wanted to become a successful musician or teacher that taught violin and piano. That was her passion. That was her choice. But she had 7 kids. That was, of course, her choice as well. And same thing. She wasn't completely happy in her life. So those influences moved into our lives, and it was my choice to take that in because they were my influences. But not to blame them, that was their life. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it at one bit because I was growing up always trying to please them. I couldn't speak my mind. If I did, I got in trouble. I voiced my opinions or my thoughts, and I was put down in the sense that my parents always argued, continuously argued about money, about so many things in life. And I told them to shut up. And I was like, I don't know, 7 years old or something, 6 years old. And I told them, why don't you just love each other? Why don't you stop arguing? And I remember my mother and father says, none of your business, mind your own business. And from that point, and I remember it, right? So I remember those influences in my life where I was told to zip it, none of your business. So I continued to use that methodology in my life. And I still have those feelings in my life. I still have that subconscious mind. If somebody says something to me, then I quiet down and I zip it. And then I don't speak my truth. And then I get upset or angry or disappointed in the fact that I can't express myself. Now I'm just getting over that. I'm getting through those past issues from seriously 42 or 43 years ago. But those kind of things can create those issues in our lives. I became an alcoholic. I started drinking at 3 years old, started smoking marijuana at 12, and I'm almost 50 years old. I stopped smoking marijuana nearly 5 years ago, and I stopped drinking nearly 2 years ago. But the fact is that I still have those lingering pains in my life. I'm slowly healing them, and they pop up because they're in my subconscious mind because I want to receive that. I want to continuously receive those thoughts, right? Absolutely. Well, I'm going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. So I want to continue this live process. So I'm going to put some intro music or whatever it may be for you guys. So I'm going to put some intro music on. I'll be right back. See you later. I'm back. Rock and roll. That's great intro music. That's done by, let's see what the name is. This is no copyright. Um, Vecchimote, I think it's called Vecchimote. And I'll post a link to that to contribute, our music contributor. So, as we have no one watching, but that's okay because I'll just make this video and it'll continue on. And some of those thoughts and keys, I wonder if I can share it. I'm just gonna pop out chat, toggle. I have no idea. I can share this. I can share this on so many different platforms. It's pretty cool. I'm going to share this on Twitter right now. Right now, I'm going to share it on a few other things and this one too as well. This is my blog. I can probably see myself there. I can publish it on there too as well. Yeah, it's been published. And what else? Let's see if I can publish it on Tumblr. Most likely. Why not? Just continue to make this video go. Keep on going. Why not? Have some fun. You know what? Making videos is all about fun, right? So that's one of my things I love doing is just to make things fun, enjoyable. And there we go. Let's see if I can put that on there. Perfect. Add my video. Perfect. I have all these different platforms that I share it on. And we'll go LinkedIn too as well. I don't have Facebook anymore. I got rid of my Facebook because it was one of those things that I just decided to disappear from my life was Facebook. Facebook for me was like, I'm going to say it, fake book. Let's see if we can post it. LinkedIn, it's done. Right, so that was for me. That's for me personally. For other people, they may enjoy it. They may have its great tools for them. But for me, it didn't serve my purpose in life. And I do enjoy doing, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Maybe it will. I can just post it. I'm just going to put general this. I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, maybe it did. It doesn't matter because it's all about having fun anyways. And copy this link. And let's see if I can go with Google Plus. Oftentimes that happens. Google Plus. Oh, there we go. Put a link in there. All good, because you can do anything you want on live. And paste. Oh, that's a double link. You never know what you're going to get, right? Because you can do anything you want, especially on live. Right? Here we go. This is on a, let's see, paste. Perfect. A couple of those platforms, have some fun with it. And one more. I'll just do it on Google. On public. Have some fun. And I'm going to take little breaks in between here because I'm doing some other stuff at the same time as we're doing this video. You guys can listen to some intro music well, intro music doesn't last very long. It's 3 minutes. Well, if I can get it, that's okay. But that gives me 3 minutes and a little bit of lull time. All right, cool. I can actually embed I can put it. I can embed this right into my blog too as well. Actually, I'm going to do that too because why not? I can do anything I want. Yeah, there's my embedded link and copy because I want to enjoy life because life is awesome. Life is good. Now, when you really have these thoughts within your mind, because all of our thoughts and feelings and action are ourselves. We create that 100%. No one else creates those thoughts. No one. We're the ones that create those positive or negative, whatever feelings we have in ourselves. We create it ourselves. No one else does. Now I'm going to say how to create your amazing life. YouTube Live. Awesome. Just for fun. I won't put a sticker on there. Just publish. And it's going public. I want to see what happens if I visit it and see what happens if I can see myself. Goes live if see if I can see myself. Yep. Okay, perfect. Because otherwise it gives me an echo in return. Perfect. Hey, welcome. Hey, how you doing? Somebody is watching? Cool. Nice to see you. Type in, say who you are. Because oftentimes, and I do a little bit of a chat. Perfect. Well, gone already. That's quick. That's okay. People just want to come in and visit. It's not the end of the world. So I've been reading this book by Jack Canfield. It's upside down, backwards, doesn't really matter. Yeah, I have another one downstairs, Living the Success Principles. I went to his 5-day event in August in Scottsdale, Arizona. Highly recommend it. It's it's called Breakthrough to Success. And I took my 16-year-old son with me. And it was absolutely fantastic. I'm going to have a drink of coffee here. It was absolutely fantastic. I learned a lot, a lot of 5 days of intensive sort of, as you call it, self-development. Because self-development is one of those keys to success, is to really get into yourself, into your soul, and to really understand who you are and why we're here and what's our purpose, what's our passions, where are we going, what are our goals in life. Oftentimes we don't know what our purpose is, what our goals are. I didn't know. I didn't even know there was such things. I just lived day to day, and whatever came into my life, I just did things. I drank alcohol or when I wanted to. I smoked cigarettes when I wanted to, smoked marijuana when I wanted to. But it didn't serve me. It didn't serve my purpose in life. And my purpose now, I understand it, is helping people deal with, issues like surrounding alcohol or drug addictions, because I know how to get over it. I know how to deal with it. And relationship as well, because I was married to my wife and I divorced her and married her again. And now we're helping people around the world heal their toxic relationships. Because oftentimes we know inside of who we're meant to be. No one's going to tell us, oh, you got to be this, you got to be that. No one's going to say or tell you, yeah, well, maybe our parents, because they want us to succeed because they have their own personal pains in life. But that's beside the point. Parents will be parents. And we want to live our life the way we want to live our life. There's no other person can live our life. No one other person. We're the only ones that are going to live our life. When we really think deep in our lives who we want to be, we have to take in consideration where do we want to go and how we're going to get there. I was reading inside the success principles, it's goal setting and actually living and being as if you already achieved what your final outcome is that you want to be, you want to do. Because being a person that wants to, travel, he wants to create videos like this, things like you want to visit the pyramids of Egypt, and I haven't been there, so I want to be, I want to travel, I want to do all these amazing things, but in the past I didn't know how to get there. I didn't know how to set a goal because goal setting for me was something that I was foreign, like a foreign language. I'm learning how to speak Japanese. Well, I've been learning how to speak Japanese for 20 years, but the actual goal setting, writing a specific date down, how I'm going to get there, what tools am I going to use to get to that destination that I want to go, and that's writing down in your daily journal. Because I have a daily journal that I write in every night, and then I also have my number like 101 goals that I want to do. I've achieved them. I've achieved not all 101, but I've achieved one at a time. Go fly an airplane. I wanted to go fly an airplane. I did. I wanted to go see Jack Canfield, and that was one of my goals. I wanted to. There's so many goals you want to achieve in life, but how to get to them. So by writing them down, you can achieve them. But actually taking action on what you want in life. So taking action, because you can use your imagination all you want to create your successful life that you want, but the actual taking action on it. So, for example, I was in Boston in March of this year. I was going to see Jack in one of his one-day event, and he does this taking action process, and he asks these questions. So, what is the number one thing to create your success in your life? And I was like, thinking, okay, this, and this. And I thought, oh, how about this taking action? So I said, okay, taking action. And then he looks over at me, yeah, nods his head. And then what he does is says, well, who wants to take action now? And he pulls $100 bill out of his pocket. And I just jumped on stage and grabbed it from his hand. And I envisioned myself actually taking that $100 bill as he was pulling it out of his pocket. That was instantaneous in my mind. And for example, I had a goal. I was going to sit right beside him in the VIP lunch and have a great conversation with him. And I had set that goal months in advance. I wrote it down, I manifested it. I did created a mantra around it, affirmation around it. At the lunchtime in the one-day event, sure enough, I sat right beside him with 7 other people, but I sat right beside him and it was my goal. And I had some great conversation with him. And then again, when I went down in the summertime in August, I had a goal. I was going to go on stage, and then I ended up being on stage. Or I wanted to have this great conversation with him. And on the final night, I sat with him, and we were having a great conversation on the dance floor and privately. And then it was getting right at the very end of the evening on Friday night, and we're walking out together. It was a fantastic feeling. I've never felt like that kind of feeling where you're around somebody that you really admire and you really strive to be like, or of course be yourself, but you want to emulate a person that has that success in their life. So acting as if. So I said to him as we're walking out, because you could tell he was getting tired and I was getting tired, and I said, you know what, I'll see you very soon. He goes, I don't doubt it. I'll see you very soon. So those kind of things that you want to achieve in life by creating what you want, is by writing those goals down and acting as if. 'Cause I already thought in my mind, I was already sitting beside him for that lunch. I was already having that great conversation with him. And I already thought in my mind, but I needed to take action to achieve those goals. Because if you don't act on it, you don't achieve. So I had so many of those kind of things. And like now I've actually, as I was working for a transformational company here locally, here in British Columbia, and when I went to the event, I came back and I was like, what do I really want to do? They're a fantastic company. Enjoyed working with them. And it was fantastic. I was doing facilitating. I was really, that was their ambassador for their business for here in British Columbia. So it was fantastic. I loved it. But what did I really want to do? So I wanted to help. I really want to help people that are dealing with alcoholism and drug addiction. With Within a month, I'm now a facilitator for this organization. I've done my first actual facilitation. I've actually acted as if that I'm actually with them, and I'm doing this now. 2 months after coming back. This was in August, and this now we're in just October. So August, September, and October, almost 3 months. So right away, when you really think of what you want to do, it just comes to you. And the actual facility where my imagination was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I wanted to be actually doing something at this location here locally in Langley, and now I am. I'm in that facility where I thought I imagined myself being 5 years ago. That's the law of attraction. But I didn't take action on it then, but now I took action on it. That's the difference between who I was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I didn't take action on it. But then when I actually wanted it, the people surrounded me and directed me. I directed myself, but these are the people I connected with. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm right there. I connected with them. That's the difference. It's taking action on what you want. And when you actually live this life of success on a day-to-day basis, yes, there are going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be challenges, right? I was told by one of my friends, one of my mentors, is discomfort. So discomfort equals growth. Because if you have discomfort in your life, that means you're growing. Those are the hard situations that you're faced up to. That's a challenge line. You're faced up to this challenge, and that may be discomfort. It may be discomfort, but it's growth. So throughout my sort of sobriety, going through alcoholism, I was always being hit between a challenge line continuously. And once I faced it, that discomfort, that I truly wanted to drink. I actually wanted to drink, but I was telling people, no, I know, I don't want anything. I don't want to drink anymore. But I would secretly go and drink because I didn't want to show people that I was drinking. So I lied to them. I was lying to myself. Basically, I accepted the fact that I was lying to myself. Can't hide from the universe. The universe knows everything. Well, except for your wives. Wives pretty much know everything. That's what my wife, she knew everything. She can read me like a book. And the book is an it opens up and there you are. There's no hiding from it. No hiding from yourself. You can't hide from yourself. It means you're lying to yourself. There's this great adage, you can, how does it go? You can get a haircut, be happy for a day. You can buy a new car, be happy for a month. You can buy a house, be happy for a year. But be happy for a lifetime. Be happy for a lifetime is be honest with yourself. So be happy for a lifetime is be honest with yourself. So profound when somebody told me that. I was like, wow, that's so true. So be honest. So I was, my wife labeled me as the number one liar in the world. Number one. Wow. I was like, wow, that was a good title, I guess. No, it wasn't a good title. Or number one, top 10 excuse makers, because I would make excuses. I would lie continuously. And when that thought came in my mind, I didn't need to lie anymore because I was lying to myself. No more lies. That's the challenge line. When they come up to it, face it, deal with it, and understand why it's happening. But some of those painful moments are very challenging. That's the thing. When I had those challenging moments, I ended up escaping, if you want to call it that. I was always escaping reality, always escaping, never facing. When I started facing it, less and less challenges came into my life. There was challenges, but less and less challenges came in my life. And when you learn to deal with challenges, deal with situations, then it's much easier to function in life. You're not driven towards your habits or your addictions and certain aspects like that. It does affect you when you are a person that loves to escape or has a victim mindset. Because when you have a victim mindset like myself, I had a victim mindset like you wouldn't believe. Always wanted to escape. Whenever somebody would get upset or challenge me, and then I would want to escape. And I did this throughout my life, and I can list so many of them. Car accidents and leaving the scene of the crime, and all those kind of things when I was a teenager. So many things. When you get through them, now of course I went through them. I got in trouble, and yeah, those are the things that really affect you. And when you go back and you look at your past, how you create your reality, and then it happens again and again and again in your future, then you can, when you accept them, when you accept in these situations, we create them because we create our reality. So accepting that I create everything that I do in life. No one else creates my happiness. No one else creates my success. No one else creates my sadness, my unhappiness, my anxiety, my depression, my addictions. No one else creates that. The only person that creates it is me. No one else. Same with joy, happiness, success. I create that through my affirmations, through my imagination, acting as if, taking action on my life. No one else. So I'm going to take a little break because I'm actually quite hungry. So I'm going to be back. So and I'm going to stay tuned, and I'm not going to really play any music. You guys can just hang out, and I will be back. I'm just going to put something here just to show that something is live. Something is live. I'm live, but something is live. Something to just take a peek at. Jack Canfield, he's a cool guy. And he is a freaking cool guy. Okay, I'll be right back, everyone. Bye bye.